Okay, this is attempt number 2 to do this video. I just wanted to share my experiences with Duncan going to the vet. Now Duncan's my sheep, for anybody who might be watching this that's not Mandy.
Over here.
And actually I don't want these. I don't like them. You eat them, okay? They're all for you. So, I was concerned when I made the appointment for Duncan to get neutered that the veterinarian had said that it didn't, about my concerns about anesthesia. He said it didn't really matter, they didn't really feel it, and he described the procedure, and basically they were going to crush the blood supply to his testicles, and I can't imagine that not hurting. So I got off from the telephone. I immediately looked up the rules about doing that to sheep, and apparently it's the law that you provide them pain relief, and I was within my rights to request it if it didn't seem like it was going to be given. So I marched in the front door of the vet, and it was gleaming and hospital-like, with a big spacious lobby and big windows and shining floors and magazine racks and everything. It was beautiful. But the receptionist was a little stunned at my walking into the sheep, and I explained that I had an appointment, that it was for Duncan to get neutered. And she said, well, you're going to need to take him outside. And I went, okay, where would you like me to take him? And she told me to meet her around the back of the building. So we walked around to the back of the building, and the closer we get to the back of the building, the slower Duncan walks. And he seems very apprehensive, and the place is littered with feces that's been just kind of washed aside with a hose. And at the back of the building, there's a concrete shed that has, you can't go into this room without going through a cattle restraint device, which was kind of foreboding enough looking. So we're going through this big mechanical contraption to get into the back of the building. And then it's just a concrete room that's got a little one little round light bulb up in the ceiling. It honestly looks like a restroom from a gas station. We go in there, and there's a drain in the center of the floor, and the drain is completely clogged with feces and blood and fur, mostly what used to be white fur, and all kinds of other strange mucousy type things are all piled up around this that nothing can really get down the drain. And it was horrifying. It was horrifying. And I took in my little baby sheep that, I've bottle fed and kept in the house and taken care of, and I took very good care of him, as I would any pet, and as anyone should any animal that they're in charge of. And to take him into that room felt like a betrayal. I got him in there. They indicated for me to put him in a pen, and I asked to speak to the vet. The vet acted like he couldn't be bothered with my stupid questions, and I asked him if pain relief would be given, and he said it would. And he told me to come back in a couple of hours. So I have very limited options. I know this has to get done. I leave Duncan there, and I figure they are professionals. They know what they're doing. I'm going to have to accept that this is the way it's going to be. Farm animals versus pets. Farm animals get treated like that back room, and pets get the gleaming lobby treatment. So I just needed to accept that it was going to be okay. And I left. When I came back in 2 hours to pick up Duncan, he was in incredible pain. Incredible pain. And he was supposed to get an injection before they did the procedure, and then he was supposed to come home with an injection for me to give him the next day. So instead, I picked up my baby sheep, and he's 3 months old, nearly. He had bloody ears I'm not even sure how he got bloody ears, and a broken horn. And they're just little horns. They're this big, but one of them is half snapped through, and it will break off eventually. It was very alarming. He had cuts inside his ears from however they handled him, his own horns catching on his ears. So he had cuts inside his ears on one side, and then he had a cut on the outside of his ear also from his horn. I mean, it was very obviously where his horn contacts his ears. and he just was in such incredible pain. I got him home. He was in obvious distress. And then within about a few hours, he seemed to be a lot better. And I realized that they probably did give him pain medication, but they probably didn't give it enough time to sink in before they did anything. And then they put him in a restraint device and did whatever they did to him. And but he probably hurt his own self thrashing around because of the pain that he was in. I can't imagine, but I'm just horrified. So, I mean, today he seems fine, but I'm having a really hard time coming to terms with what just happened. I think it's absolutely criminal that it's okay to treat the animals like that. And then to top it off, when I'm leaving, I said, is there some kind of a pain medication I'm supposed to give him when I get home? And then the veterinary assistant came out, oh yes, here it is. And she hands me a syringe. And she said, there you go, bye now. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have no experience with syringes. Where should I inject him with this? And she just goes, oh, anywhere will do, back of the neck probably. Put it in the back of the neck, he'll be fine. And, I mean, my heart just kind of like seized up, and I'm like, not squeamish about giving an injection. It's the idea that they gave me a medication to inject into a small animal with no instructions as to how to do it. And I said, could you just check with that? I mean, do you not normally give like a leaflet that says what to do or show me how to do it? And she goes, hold on. She went back in again. She came back out. And she goes, oh, no, do it in his rump. I'm like, is this an intramuscular injection or is this like under the skin injection? She goes, oh, intramuscular, in the muscle somewhere in his rump. I mean, that was all she gave me. And that's all the information I got. I still have this injection. I don't even know where it is. I have to give this to Duncan. I don't even know what the substance is. I know it's a painkiller, but shouldn't I know what's in an injection I'm giving to an animal? They didn't even show me what this is. They didn't tell me the name of it or what I should do. I think that's criminal. If it had been a dog, they would have been totally different. But because it's a sheep, a farm animal, nobody seems to care. So I just had to tell somebody to get it off my chest. I'm totally blown away. And I'm happy to say Duncan seems quite well today, and this is the second day. And I haven't given him his injection. I'm going to wait and see how he fares, because if I find him in, like, starting to act like he's in pain again, I think that would be the time to give it to him. Because I asked when, and she said, oh, it doesn't matter, sometime tomorrow. I'm like, do you think I should do it in the morning? Like 24 hours from now? Like, do you have a recommendation? Oh, no, anytime. It doesn't really matter. So, anyhow, tell me if you think that was alarming. I'm still horrified. I'm still horrified. I don't know if I'll be going back there, but at this point, if he needs medical treatment, I don't know where else I'm going to take him. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and it's farming country, and that's the way people are around here. So, just thought that I would like to know about that. Poor old Duncan's squashed marbles.